Nervousness bored a hole in Alex's stomach as he stepped out of the limo in front of the lavish Cheshire mansion which was hosting this year's annual Halloween masked ball. Sebastian looked like a true gentleman in one of his finest tailored suits. The extravagantly decorated mask was the only thing that would suggest a different identity. Alex secretly wished he could have afforded a mask as well. He felt horribly awkward in a short French maid number, complete with a white ruffled headpiece. The costume stripped Alex of all masculinity, which he found offensive. As they walked into the crowded ballroom, Alex began to feel a little less out of place. All the other manservants were wearing a similar get-up, and Alex was surprised to see that many of their masters were taking advantage of it. They weren't even 3 feet inside the ballroom when Alex's eyes landed on a master and his servant having sex in the corner. For the most part, the servants and masters were segregated, with the servants seated along one wall, while their masters socialized throughout the ballroom. Keeping with the trend, Mr. Dacey dropped Alex off with the rest of the servants like coat check. This made Alex uneasy, but he figured he could tolerate being ignored for one night. Everyone seemed to be well behaved, sitting and observing their masters with bored facial expressions. Alex tried not to look obvious as he checked out the other manservants. Most were wearing high heels, similar to what Alex had on, though some of them were lucky enough to be sporting ballet flats instead. One guy even had on a pair of loafers. Lucky bastard! Alex scoffed down at his 6-inch stilettos. At least wearing them for the past 2 weeks had given him amazing legs. Alex noticed that most of the men were fairly young and very attractive. He appeared to be the youngest one there, but he definitely wasn't the best looking. These men he sat among could easily be models, and Alex couldn't help but wonder why they had chosen this lifestyle. The female servants were a scarcer group, huddled together at the opposite end of the wall. They had been required to wear black slacks with a snap-on crotch and white dress shirts which were left open enough to expose a good portion of their breasts. Alex caught himself glancing down the line for a better look. All the other manservants appeared to be ignoring them completely. There wasn't much to keep Alex entertained aside from the occasional sex show. Watching people dance had never really interested him, so he scanned the crowd for more scandalous things. One man had his woman servant pressed against the wall, his palm clasped over her mouth as he fucked her from behind. Alex had to look away to keep himself from getting a rise. What he wouldn't give to be home with Sebastian in his bed, giving him similar attention. After 2 hours of remaining perfectly still and silent, Alex let his boredom get the better of him and decided to go exploring. He knew he wasn't supposed to leave the servant area, but as Sebastian had already discovered, being obedient wasn't one of Alex's strong points. Alex snuck onto the outside balcony that overlooked the vast Cheshire estate. There was a manicured landscape below of perfectly cut grass and sculpted trees and shrubbery. Beyond that, forest stretched out as far as the eye could see. Alex admired the serene beauty of it, complemented by a gorgeous full moon. "Are you being bad again?" Sebastian's low voice whispered into Alex's ear as he affectionately wrapped his arms around him from behind. "I got bored," Alex admitted, relieved that Sebastian didn't seem angry with him. "I should have known you couldn't handle sitting still for so long." Alex slipped his hand over Sebastian's and sighed happily. "It's so beautiful here." "I see something even more beautiful." Sebastian nipped at Alex's earlobe, sending a shiver of pleasure between his thighs. "You jest." "Not with you." Alex blushed as he felt Sebastian's hand slide down to his hips, wandering up the back of his dress to caress his ass. The cool night air kissed Alex's skin, reminding him that he wasn't wearing any underwear. When Sebastian had originally told him not to, Alex thought it was a strange request. Now he understood completely.